teeth are. First, we couldn't see you. Now it's like you can see how good your teeth are.
Oh, man, this boy is banging up in this bad boy. I love that player, 813. I can't give out the rest, DM me on the side. You know how it goes.
Yeah.
So, sup?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Oh, where you put charcoal
like
on your teeth and you brush it? Nah, I just been using the white strips. They worked out pretty good.
Yeah.
They've been doing it.
We're thinking about using that charcoal. We'll see how that works. But
I want to see. You got to take a picture of before and after.
Oh, definitely. I definitely will. Yeah, they sell them in the store now. You don't even have to just order it. So I might have to check it out. But yeah, what's up, everybody? Hey, it's episode 17.
Yeah, man. I can't believe
we're almost legal.
The same thing. It's always kind of like so cliche,
It is, but it's like, like someday we'll be like, it's episode 100. Holy shit.
Episode 100. Oh man, that would be something crazy. But what's going to be even more crazier is in a couple of weeks when we do our live performance in front of a live audience, and we're doing a live podcast in front of everybody at the Waterloo Hall of Fame. That's going to be crazy.
That's right. We'll be doing the National Wrestling Hall of Fame Museum, the George Tragus and Luthez Hall of Fame induction weekend, Saturday the 25th, I believe is the date, noon at the actual Hall of Fame. Inside the ring, we will be doing
a legendary ring. Like it's pretty crazy because I don't think anybody's actually been. No one's taken pictures in it. No one's actually like, you know what I'm saying? Like we're gonna be like the first people. We're gonna be like sitting in there and doing a podcast in the actual ring. So that's gonna be kind of a cool thing, I believe. I don't know.
I'm very excited for it. I think it's going to be awesome. And and it's a big deal. We're going to be an official event. I believe the events start that day at 11 a.m. We are at noon. So we'll be one of the first things to go.
Oh, Troy's keeps telling me, man, he wants me to cut a promo, but I mean, I'm doing this, podcast. I think this promo should be good enough. Hey, everyone, come out, check out the Waterloo Hall of Fame. We also got Impact Wrestling that's going to be going on. It's going to be very good. It's going to be a show. They got a tournament going on. Troy Peterson's throwing a great event. Everybody should check it out. Big Ace,
dude, it's my favorite weekend.
Oh, it's me too. I mean, I've been doing this for I don't know how long. Like, I didn't even go to CAC this year because I was like, you know what? I'm going to save myself for Waterloo because I know the Waterloo Hall of Fame is way more lit.
It's such a good time. Like, I mean, we've been going for years now, and it's just a blast.
July 25th, boys, coming out really soon.
Yeah, it's going to be great. And you'll be on the show the night before, that Friday night, doing some wrestling, hopefully winning that tournament.
Yes, I'll be doing both shows, I believe. I will be doing the tournament, and then I'll also be doing the major shows. So that should be good. And then I will also be out there for a week. Sorry, my phone always be blowing up. You know how stuff is. But, these girls just keep on calling. No, I'm just playing. But, I'll actually be out there with Troy and the whole Impact family out there doing shows for them. We're going to do a bunch of farm shows, a bunch of other shows out there. So I'll actually be in Iowa for a full week beforehand.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome. And that's like right around the corner. So yeah, big shout out to Troy Peterson, who runs Impact Wrestling and all of that.
Big Troy?
Yeah, those guys are awesome. So we look forward to that every year, and it's almost time for it. And it hasn't been 100% confirmed yet, but it's almost confirmed. But there's possibly a really big name that's going to come and sit in with us on the live Briscoe and Big Ace in Waterloo.
Yeah, I've been going to kind of let the cat out of the bag. Hopefully she will be able to do it. But Beth Phoenix, she's actually a really, really good friend of mine. And we're trying to get her to just stop by during the live show and just do a quick little interview, just say what's up. You know how we do it at the Briscoe and Big Ace show. We're not really trying to ask the nitty gritty. We're just seeing, how it is. What's up? What should be listening to? What should be watching? How it is raising a kid, living with Edge. I mean, holy moly, there's so much to talk about.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun time. She's also being the inducted that weekend at the Hall of Fame, first woman to ever be inducted into this specific Hall of Fame. So big deal for her.
And that's like a really big deal for her to be the first woman to be inducted. I mean, it's about time. And, you know, it's not about us. We want to make it all about her because it's her special weekend and it's dedicated kind of towards her. And I think it's a big moment for her. And we would just love it. You know, hopefully she'll have time, but we've been talking a little back and forth. Hopefully she'll be able to bless us with her presence. So you guys hit her up on Twitter and Facebook and say, hey, we really want you to be on the Briscoe Big Ace show. But she already knows all about it. But, you know, we're really looking forward to that. And then, of course, we got a couple other guests. I think George Jeffries, a couple of the local talent there. And it's just going to be a good show. It's going to be something to check out. It's going to be all about having fun.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it'll be a good time again. Hopefully Beth could come through. It sounds promising. And again, yeah, like James Jeffries, some other big names that are going to be down there, and local names that are integral to that Hall of Fame weekend. They're mainstays. These are people you will see at this weekend every year if you go. Some of them. So it's cool. Yeah. It's very very cool, man. So what else has been going on?
All right. Why don't we talk about Ambrose? Because we were both feeling under the weather and we didn't. Man, what a return Ambrose has been having. Dean Ambrose has just been his new character of him just like, it's kind of like Stone Cold, but turned up. I mean, I would say you could turn Stone Cold up more, but Dean Ambrose just has that nasty fighter, just punching, like wrestling missing that. And people say that like, wrestling's not old school. You watch Dean Ambrose, he is old school 100%. Just the way he heals out, the way, yes, he does cool moves and he fits them in the right places. And that's the whole thing, because that's the reason why he's such a great worker. And man, some of the matches I've seen with Dean Ambrose, it's just been ridiculous. I mean, I became such a big fan. And like, I always kind of watched him, and he was there like, right when I blew my knee is when he got signed. So he was there. So I saw a lot of his matches when he first started. And I wasn't, really wasn't a fan of him. I mean, I was just like, oh, cool, whatever. Another guy trying to take my spot. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden, man, he's just, once he left WWE, it's just like a whole new Dean Ambrose. He's able to just, I feel like, he finally earned that right just to have those balls to be like, you know what? No, this is how we do it. I've already been on the big show. This is how we're going to run it. This is what gets over and what not gets over. He's wrestled millions of matches in front of, who knows how many. This dude knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he's doing really good. I don't know if you saw the Fighter Fest match, him and Joey Janela, the unsanctioned match by AEW. It was good. It was like, it was knuckle to knuckle. It wasn't just some like just spot, match, but it was cool. They brought that element of hardcore back a little bit. You got some tables, some chairs, some thumbtacks. It was a little much when Joey Janela though, like Ambrose took off his shoe. Did you see it? He took his boots off and dropped him barefooted onto the pile of tacks. So then and then they got the close up of all the tacks in the bottom of Janela's foot. Mm-hmm. That was a bit much, just because, I mean, let's be honest, the bottom of your foot's probably like the most sensitive part of your body. So like that couldn't feel great, but it was a good match. It was a good story. It was a good match. And I mean, him and Omega, I think, will be a great match at All Out. That's going to be a lot of fun one to watch. And he's been having a good time since he left. I mean, and it shows. You got a lot of people looking to leave, but then like the last 2 weeks, a lot of WWE's changing around now too. You know what I mean? Like Ambrose leaves and now all of a sudden Attitude Era is going to be coming back apparently. So it's just a weird
well,
time.
I mean, okay, well, Attitude Era will never come back, because WWE is rated PG. So they'll lose all their sponsorship. So that's technically it. They're just trying to say something. Because, I mean, in all actuality, when you really look at the brass knuckles of the deal, their rating is a PG, and they're not going to lose that rating. They get so much money off of that rating. So for them to go back to the Attitude Era, which they were in, they were PG-13. So they would actually have to change the rating, and they change the rating, they're going to lose viewership, which actually they probably won't, because more viewers would actually probably start watching. They're a little bit more edgier and had a little bit more instead of this kind of G rating Bambi type of wrestling, which too many people are over the Bambi wrestling. Nobody wants to see Bambi wrestle no more. We've seen Bambi.
Right.
Bambi's about to go do Transformers or Fast and Furious. So, Bambi's out. Bambi's about to go do Fast and Furious. So,
Yeah, it's interesting because I don't know if you've seen some of the stuff they've been doing the last week or two, but like they got like Kofi Kingston's giving Samoa Joe the middle finger in the middle of the ring. Corey Graves said shit on an actual holy shit on a broadcast last week. They got Sonya Deville, who is gay, and her tag partner and best friend Mandy Rose now teasing some sort of lesbian love relationship going on between them two now.
Well, then can I back you up for a second? I don't believe cussing should make it the attitude era. I mean, we're all smarter, we're all intelligent to use more, enhanced words or more enlightened words than having to cuss. I think it's more of letting the guys let their matches actually hit each other. Let that blood go. Let the girls show a little bit. Let everyone do what they used to do. Have fun and let them tell some stories. Let them actually have some matches where it looks like the guy's getting beat up for real. Like not, oh no, here comes 100 dudes. Come on. I want to see some dude get his butt beat so I can root for him. I want to see Finn get his ass whooped for like 2 weeks straight by the biggest dude ever. And then I want to see Finn come back with the hugest comeback and just top baby face and just blast that heel and make that heel bleed against the cage. And Finn just that's, you get what I'm saying? That's the wrestling that we all love. That's the stuff that we used to get invested for. It's not necessarily giving someone the finger that got over. That's cool and all. Yeah, whatever. It was more about showing that he'll actually beat the 11 crap out of the babyface for on, and then eventually when it was the right time, the babyface comes back or the heel bleeds or the babyface bleeds and he's just standing there over top just in front of everybody and was like, damn, that guy just went through a war. They can't show that no more. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, they can drop the occasional cussing here and there, but is that really going to bring ratings if you say shit?
Right.
No one really, I think in this day and area, that's not really, that doesn't make me go, oh my God, I'm going to watch them because they said shit. South Park said shit, what, how many times? 100 and something times.
Right. Right. Yeah, it's more of changing.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah, it's more.
Okay, sorry. I hate to interrupt you, but that was my thought.
No, you're right, and it is as far as language wise on broadcasting, TV, and cable, it's catching up with the times. Because you go watch USA, TNT, you go watch HBO, you go watch all this stuff, Comedy Central, and language is not a thing anymore. It went from you couldn't say anything to where now you can say anything, and it's pretty much just gonna go fine. I don't know. I like some of the stuff that they got going on. I don't know. It's just all that backstage chatter. You got Paul Heyman and Eric Bischoff that have these bigger roles now. People are saying that you're starting to see the difference now. You got the AEW stuff that's going on really good. Unfortunately, you had that really messed up chair shot that gave Cody 12 staples in his head that wasn't supposed to happen. But
okay,
this cut wasn't supposed to happen.
Well, let's walk through this because you said it wasn't supposed to happen. So did the chair shot was an accident, or did Cody not cover up, or did
the rumor is they gimmicked the table so it was supposed to be pre-bent kind of or something, but he overshot the shot. Sean Spears kind of went a little over on it.
What table? You just said chair.
Chair. Sorry, chair is what I meant.
Okay. Well,
yeah, that's what I meant. Sorry. And then, but the part that wraps underneath, the part that your back sits on, I think that's the part where it wraps underneath a little bit, the metal to come together. He overshot him, and that part is what hit him. So the chair wasn't supposed to crack his head like it was. It was supposed to be, I think, an unprotected shot. Just it wasn't supposed to be to that degree, which people still aren't 100% on board with the unprotected shot, because in this day and age with concussions, it's not probably the best thing to be doing on TV. But yeah, he overshot, so the cut wasn't supposed to happen. He wasn't supposed to get gashed in the back of the head like that. He was supposed to just take a chair shot to the head to set up this thing with Sean Spears, but it didn't go that way. Luckily, they said he had no concussion though, which is amazing because when you see him come like sit up in the ring, you could tell the lights.
What happened? I see. I didn't. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't watch. Were they able to clean it up? Because I mean, usually when you get hit in the back of the head, that stuff does not stop bleeding. So like, it's kind of a hard match to go because like, depending on where you get cut, you can kind of keep the match going. But like, depending on how deep in the back of the head, that thing is not going to stop bleeding. And especially if you're bumping and bumping and bumping. Like, what happened?
Well, this wasn't actually part of the match. This was after the match.
Okay.
Yeah, because Cody wrestled Darby Allin. The match ended. It ended in a tie because
standing up, tie, slided it in,
and then
the chair.
Spears did a run in, yeah. Because that's another thing. AEW is now announcing time limits. I don't know if you've seen this. So like they, a 30-minute time limit in a match or a 20-minute time limit match. Well, then they have their announcer announce 5 minutes left, 10 minutes left, 1 minute remaining.
Like, it's like, has anybody actually like a fan like timed it and said like, maybe they're off a little bit?
I don't know if they have.
Time, like, well, what are we doing here?
Yeah, I don't know if they have or not, but the whole thing with that Cody and Darby match is it ran its time limit and no one won. It was a draw. And he was trying to be like, no, give us a 5-minute overtime. And then that's when Sean Spears came out and cracked him in the head. Mm-hmm. So, but it was just interesting to see that that's something AEW is going to be going with, is that they're going to be actually trying to pay, follow their time limits. And I guess that falls in with the whole, how they say wins and losses matter in their promotion. So,
well, I mean, no matter what, they got to follow their time limits because when you're on TV, everyone only has a certain amount of time. And if you don't follow your time limit and you leave the main event, somebody's going to be very upset when you walk back. So, yeah, that's all work. But everyone already knows that anyway.
So now you were kind of around for TNA's heyday when they were on, was it Spike?
Yeah, I was on there when we were fully on Spike TV 24/7. It was crazy. We were actually like, it was crazy because the first time I got signed, we were only in Universal for maybe 3 or 4 months. And then we went live and we went on the road. So like the whole time I was signed, like, thank God we weren't stuck in Universal. Like, we were on the road, going different places, going different cities, shooting live TV. And of course, since we were a huge part of the show, the storyline for the year and a half, we were on TV every single day. And like, it was probably some of the craziest experiences ever. Just like, all of us would travel together. They made sure, like, Eric did see, like, people don't understand, like, they talk bad about Eric and a couple of the other guys, but when they actually build a faction and a group, they keep us all together, which is kind of cool because it still builds like an era, and then two, you get this bond, you get this friendship because you guys, we fly together, we travel together, we room together. We even had our own separate locker room, which it literally took us probably almost like 7 months for us to be like, hey man, like, all the boys are coming to our locker room like to hang out. Like, dude, come on, like, can we just not like have this separate locker room stuff anymore? Like, I'm hanging out with Joe and like Austin Aries and of course, Rob Van Dam and all them. Like, I'm chilling with all the boys, of course, in our locker room. So we're like, come on now. So then eventually we didn't have our own locker room, which kind of sucked at the end because then we lost our own like little private little hideaway that we could get away from everything. But it was a really good time. And they just like always made sure that we stuck together. We were always together. We always, it made us, build a bond. And we still had that bond together. Like, I still talk to a lot of the boys. Like,
yeah.
Like, they're still really good people. And like, I learned so much being with those guys and being stuck in situations where we didn't know what was going on. And sometimes TNA didn't know what's going on. And we were just thrown in and do this, see what reaction you're going to get. Dude, and we're like, there's a couple times we're fighting people in the crowd. Like, literally, this was probably the highlight of one of the highlights. So we're in Chicago. So we sell out Chicago. This is before Bully Ray turns and goes into the Aces and Eights. We do this huge cage match with, I forgot who Bully was wrestling, somebody, and we come and interfere. and Bully ends up doing something, turning, winning the championship, like pushing Brooke Hogan, talking mad smack to Brooke Hogan. I used you. You were nothing but a pawn. Just like grabbing her by her hair, shaking her, rubbing her against the cage. We're all in there. Next thing you know, I promise you, like we were so mad that they cut the TV or the pay-per-view short. I mean, there is still footage if you can find it. The ring is literally filled with trash. Like back in the old NWA days, like it was the coolest feeling ever. We're standing there, people are tossing stuff, and eventually security are coming up to us, and they're like, because we're egging it on, we're like, bring it in. And like security, like, because we run out of TV time or whatever, it cuts off TV, and we're stirring the ring just like whatever. So security comes in the ring and they're like, hey man, like you guys are gonna start a riot. Like the people are getting like extremely pissed. Next thing you know, like hard stuff start coming into the ring. We're like getting pegged with stuff. And it's just like we all like, oh great. And next thing you know, it's like literally we get like so like people don't okay, we're trapped in the cage. People are throwing match stuff. It gets over the cage. The whole ring full of stuff. There's only one way out of that cage. People are starting to break the barrier. So we walk through there. People are just like, there's only, you know, you can only get out of a cage through that little door. So you're going through and everyone's throwing stuff. Finally, we get out. People start trying to jump over. We're almost getting a fight, trying to get our way backstage. It was insane. Chicago fans are crazy. Big ups to Chicago, man. I love wrestling out there. I mean, y'all boys are crazy.
Yeah, Chicago is a wrestling town for sure.
I mean, you can start see it, and you can start seeing all the stuff go in the ring, and they cut it. But man, if right when you cut it, you can start to see it. The ring starts getting flooded. But I mean, I'm talking about old NWO style, like the whole ring full of trash. Like it was pretty cool. Like I was kind of like marking out a little bit. I was like, man, this is what's up, you know.
That's
and
awesome.
guess what? I'm a part of it, so that was pretty cool.
So let me ask you this then: in your time that you guys were on Spike TV, was there any issues you ever had, or any close calls you ever had censorship wise, as far as don't do this, you're not supposed to do this on live TV, or the network's gonna get mad?
Hell no, dude. We could do whatever, bro. We were drinking. At one time, we had strippers come in.
Was this in your locker room?
Yeah,
I remember that.
Wes and Ace clubhouse.
Yeah, I remember that.
Biker clubhouse. We weren't a gang. We were a club, guys.
Right.
There's no such thing as biker gangs. They're biker clubs. Get that right, you know. But, you know, as us being a club, you know, we were chilling. You know, of course, we had, you know, the local, you know, prospects come in, you know, of course they bring some females up into the thing. And yeah, man, we had some strippers. We had all kinds of crazy stuff going on. We were drinking beer, having fun. We were actually like, it almost got to the point where they started bringing us warm beer because we were drinking the cold beer so fast during the pre-tapes and purposely messing them up so we could just keep drinking. Just like, nice. It was so much fun. Then they'd bring us warm beer because they're like, hey. And then I was like, I can't drink warm beer. But some of the old school guys were like, ha, you ain't, we'll still drink it. I'm like, oh. God. And they're just like putting them down. They're like, we're going to show them. I'm like, nah, not me. I'm good with that. Like, I like cold water, please.
That is gross. Warm beer. Ew. Like,
chugging that stuff.
No, dude.
I ain't gonna mention no names because I ain't no snitch, but boy, they would drink that stuff like it was going out of style. I'm like, you can have mine.
That is crazy. So let me, and you don't have to, you know, you can say whatever you want to say about this, but because I always thought it was, I mean, we all knew why she got inserted into the storylines and all that, but I mean, she was never one to be like a wrestler. Not that as a fan that we knew of. So like, what was it like having to, you know, working with like Brooke Hogan and having her around there when it's like she kind of was just there to just be a face, kind of, it seemed like.
I'll be honest with you. She was cool. Like, be honest with you, like, yeah, that was cool and all. Like, she did a good part. I don't believe that she should be taking the money that she took from the boys. I believe that we should get paid a lot more than she did.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, that was a package deal. You know, Hogan was like, hey, my girl's trying to get this country music label. The more she's on TV, the more the label's going to pick her up. So it was a more deal with Hogan as
Right.
get her in. It'll help her album. It'll help that stuff. But she would start getting paid more than all the boys. So all the boys were kind of like I liked her, like not like her as like I thought she was like. Ooh, I would hook up with her. I liked her as like I thought she was a cool person. I thought she was nice and all, but like I don't believe she should got paid more than me, which I know she did. That girl's probably getting way more money than me, but I ain't gonna complain.
Yeah, I wouldn't have minded if she was getting in there and actually wrestling and stuff, but like I just remember watching it and the whole thing was just I'm gonna marry Bully Ray, and it was like this is weird. This is weird. This would never happen.
She was a cool person to work with, and she was like fully like ready to do everything and wasn't like scared to like not be involved or like none of that. Like that was totally cool, but
yeah, well, that happens, I guess, in this world of wrestling. But yeah, man, yeah. So like, a lot of cool stuff has just been going on with wrestling right now. That we got to talk about this because I feel like we have talked about everything else he's done stupidly. So it's been in the news in the last day or two. Enzo Amore's name's popping back up again. Apparently, him and Joey Janela ran into each other at a Blink 182 concert.
Who would go to a Blink 182?
I didn't know we were 13 again. Like I guess it was
half the audience that know who Enzo Amore is probably don't even know who Blink 182 is.
I know, right? I think if I'm right, I think it was.
Please tell me this is not true.
Oh, if I'm correct, it was Blink. It's Blink 182 and Lil Wayne. I guess are doing some shows together, so they were both there. I think, or otherwise, if not, it was straight Blink 182. Either way,
it was straight Blink 182.
It might have been.
I do big shouts out to Travis Parker. That dude is bad dude. I do like him, the drummer.
Yeah, he's
bad dude. But other than that, Blink 182, like 2 songs.
Right. So, anyways, they were apparently ran into each other, and
they were probably moshing to one of their what was one of their songs? Come on,
all the small things.
No,
all the small things.
The other one. Yes, you do know. It was like, work sucks.
I know
something. I bet you they were all like,
just freaking out
and like ran into each other.
Well, I don't think so because apparently Joey Janela started tweeting about what happened, and he said that he got in the lamest fist fight in the world with Enzo Amore. He claims that this is not a work either. Like they legit bumped into each other. Joey Janela apparently tried to be like, "Hey, I'm Joey Janela. Good to meet you." And Enzo, like, once he realized, because they have bickered at each other on Twitter before, I guess. So apparently when Enzo, I know, right? When everything's Twitter. Enzo apparently realized who he was, slapped Joey Janela's hand instead of shaking it, and it proceeded to be like them like kind of squaring off, but then nothing happened.
Squaring off. We're all talking about dudes that are like 120 pounds now.
Yeah. I mean, Janela's a little heavier than that. He's got a little weight on him. He's not skinny. But
come hard, good boy.
Right,
good boy.
So this
and see what happens.
So this comes out on Twitter. Janela puts it all out, says that he's like tweeting. Of course, Enzo starts getting on and work that, bring that wrestler shit to me, I'll whoop your ass. I don't know, stuff like that. He ends up posting a video of what happened, which it's like out front of a couple food trucks or some shit at this concert, like the concession area, and it's like a big circle, and they're kind of just going around like fucking squaring off, and Enzo's just running his mouth the whole time, and Janela's just standing there like, as he gets closer, he squares up. As he
grabs him by the guy's neck and pulls his eye out and fucking tries to really rip his head off.
It would be great, but no, that did not happen. Like nothing happened.
Not a fight, then. That's some like that's a work, and we all know it's a work,
right?
Because trust me, if you're gonna fight somebody, especially if you don't fight me, boy. There ain't gonna be no standing around. There ain't gonna be no laughing. There ain't gonna be nothing. You're gonna be on the ground, and I'm gonna be stomping a mud hole in you until like 4 or 5 people pull me off.
Right. It's funny though, because in the video you hear like Enzo's like friend and like some girl, and the girl's like, "Come on, no, don't do this. Just go, stop it." And then someone else is like, "Hey, go get your friend, man. Get your friend." You can hear them talking in the background about Enzo, and he's just the whole time he's just running his mouth like, "I'll whoop your head." And it's just like, shut up.
Don't do shit.
Right.
I'll let Enzo hit me one time, and he ain't gonna do nothing but crack a smile.
I don't know if he'd be able to do that.
No, I said I would crack a smile.
Oh, I thought you said he would. I was like, what do you mean? He's gonna get passed out, knocked out, just like a permanent smile on his face. Just
I'll tell you that right now. But whatever. But that's all work. All this is a work. Everyone knows it. Like come on, dude. The dude is like literally a internet junkie, whatever you want to say. All this is a work. They both contact each other. They're like, dude, we're gonna get so many views. World Star's gonna pick it up. It's gonna look so cool. Because you know what? Nothing happened. No one stomped a mud hole, and no one got beat up. There was no bloody eye. There was no bloody come on now. I ain't no fight. That's just them trying to sell some stuff. So some promoter says, "Oh, we're gonna book them." And I guarantee you, we're gonna see them soon on the match together. You know what?
I don't know about it though, because it could be a work for sure, but
guys that cannot fight, and they're just guys that just want to be whatever.
But
for real,
yeah. But the thing is, Joey Janela is signed to AEW. So he's good. He's got a contract. He's working full time. You know what I mean? So come October, he's not going to be fighting Enzo at some indie show because he'll be on the road with AEW. And so if it's work,
he gets one big payday before he goes. And of course, too, like you said, AEW works with other people. You never know.
Right.
You never know. That could be a big, huge AEW, big, huge pay-per-view. Oh my God, Joey Janela. You remember the fight he did? Oh, we're finally going to bring it together. You never know what might happen. So
yeah. No, you don't.
This could all be a work for AEW. You don't know, man, because to be honest with you, I don't consider nothing a real fight unless the dude gets his ass beat, unless he's bloody. Because trust me, if I get in a little altercation, if I get in a little scruffle, somebody is going to be bloody. Someone's going to actually you're going to tell, someone's going to get hit. No matter what. I don't care if it's just once or twice. When I hit you or someone else hits me, they better, they're going to leave some damage. Unless slap boxing or whatever you want to call it.
Right.
A fight. But I'm just being real because I've been in a lot of fights. I've seen a lot of fights. I used to be a bouncer. I've done it all. I have 2 different black belts and state champion wrestler. I've done it all. I kickbox, I did Muay Thai, whatever. Been there, done that. I know for a fact you get in a little slight altercation with me, or if I get in an altercation with someone, chances are someone's going to get tagged. And if they get tagged, you're going to see it. Someone's going to have a split eye. Someone's going to have a split lip. Unless you're just trying to dance around and
right. Yeah, I don't know. My only worry with this is if it is a work and it's an AEW work, all the momentum and everything they've done to this point that has just been building them up and making them become such a popular thing, that would be a surefire way to kill all of it because no one
really. Unless they just make Enzo the Santino.
It's too far, too gone, man. You can't with that guy anymore. He's done. No one in wrestling wants him around anymore. Fans don't want him around anymore. We're done. We're tired.
I'm telling you, it's work.
And he can't wrestle. He can't wrestle in the ring.
I'm telling you, it's work.
So I don't know. Maybe it's a work.
I'm telling you, it's a work.
Maybe it's a work between the two of them for something different or whatever. But I just hope it's not a work that's tying AEW.
It's a work. I'm telling you, if it's not a work, I'll give you $20.
Okay. Well, again, if it's a work, that's fine. Just it can't be an AEW work. They got to do it some indie thing because, again, for everything they've been doing as far as AEW as a company to get the fans that they've been getting, I mean, you got to look at they sold out all out in Chicago in 15 minutes, and on top of only selling that out, it's like a 12,000 seat arena, 10,000 seat arena. On top of selling that out in 15 minutes, more people tried to buy tickets for that than WrestleMania. There was 50 to 60,000 people who had the pre-sale code for All Out. which is why it's sold out. So this is what I'm saying. If they all of a sudden bring this work in of Joey Janela versus Enzo Amore, you're going to lose a lot of people who you just got reinterested in wrestling. But I don't know. Who knows? It's just always funny to see that Enzo somehow can get himself, in the news and his name out there.
Your boy.
Even though he's fucking awful. Just awful at life. I mean, he can't wrestle. He can't rap.
Oh, I love his rap. What are you talking about?
Oh, my God. You did not just say that.
Dude, his rap is like, he's my favorite rapper in the world. He's better than Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Your friends who are real.
Him and Tekashi should do a song together.
Jesus.
It'd be a hit list. I'm telling you right now, I'd jam it every single day.
Yeah, let that car go off a cliff. Jesus Christ.
I would go off the cliff if I listened to either one of those. Garbage rap.
Oh, it's so awful.
Rap.
Right. But let's talk about a real fight. How about that? Because you brought something to my attention.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man. Let's not talk some wrestling right now. Let's get into this real fight. All right.
Well, since I told you, you need to fill in the story because I've already told you the story, so I'm not going to have as much attitude or excitement as I did before.
Sure.
But then I'll fill in it.
Yeah. So, before we go on the show, Wes and I will obviously get together on our little video hangouts here and we talk up before we go. Shut up, Wes. We're best friends. Anyways, so when we're talking, Wes right away he's like, dude, you see this TMC video? Dude got like tased, football player. And I was like, I have no idea. I have no idea what he's talking about. So I start to look it up while he's like giving me play-by-play of the video. And it actually worked out to where you were basically giving me play-by-play while I was watching the video. And you were like, you were in sync. And you were in sync with the video, even though you weren't seeing it. So
I watched it like a bunch of times. The cops are such, dude, man, the cops are in the wrong.
Yeah, so it worked out pretty well. So let's, you saw it on TNZ. I'm looking at a different thing though, where we
TMZ.
Yeah, so we'll hopefully get some more info on this. But yeah, so it's Malik McDowell.
Yep.
He was shocked with a taser and then wrestled with a police officer. So let's see.
Well, I mean, are you going to tell the story? You're playing.
Yeah. I'm about to get it. I just want to give a little backstory on who he is.
Well, before we play the clip, I just want to say something. Watch his attitude. The whole time, his attitude was all he wanted to do was see the cop's supervisor, which by law, you're allowed to ask for the supervisor, especially if you're not doing anything wrong, which in this case, when you watch the video, he really is not doing anything wrong. He's not like doing anything bad to the cop. All he's asking for the cop is for his supervisor that's in charge. Can you please send the supervisor in charge, which by law they're supposed to do.
Right. So, and I don't think I'm going to be able to do it on here, but hopefully going forward when we do this, we'll be able to show you these videos.
Oh, we're not going to be able to play the clip?
No, because I got to, again, we're using a free thing right now. Come the next episode, we'll be using the full on.
Well, next time we'll actually be able to show you a clip of what we're talking about. So, Ace,
let me.
Yeah,
go ahead.
You're better at description, and why don't you tell them, and then I'll fill in some of the stuff.
Perfect. Yeah. Okay. So, again, Malik McDowell, he's a former Michigan State defensive lineman.
Dude,
and this was big dude,
6'8", 6'7",
something like that. Yeah, and he I don't have his stats here, but he's a Seahawks 2017 second round pick, defensive tackle.
Second round pick, big money.
Right. So let's see here. Yeah, he basically they followed him. He's driving into winter. This is in Michigan. He's driving into winter. It's snowing out. Yep. And he apparently goes to a gas station. They go buy some stuff. A cop follows him, says that he disputing reasons. He disputed the reasons that he got pulled over. Basically, they said that he was like doing 60, which
he was speeding, which he said no. He was. How could I speed? Which it was snowing out. Which he even defended himself. He goes, I could not be speeding. It's snowing out. I was actually driving safe. Then the cop said, hey, you spun out. And he goes, no. The reason why I slid out is because I hit some black ice. It was extra slippery out.
Right. Yeah. So, he's like, yeah, I didn't do anything wrong.
You
And
didn't.
right. So the cop is proceeding to be like,
Over aggressive.
yeah, just kind of, whatever. And the whole time, dude is just being like, I need to speak to your supervisor.
Exactly.
Let me.
He's like, can I please speak to your supervisor? Can you please bring your supervisor that's in charge right now? That's all he's asking for. Dude's driving a $500,000 car. Come on now. Like, he's not no gangbanger. Like, the guy's like, hey, being smart, like, he's afraid because of this day and age of all the shootings and this stupid race stuff, which I hate. I wish everyone could love each other, but some reason there is some type of race stuff going on, which I don't believe in any of that. I believe we all should love each other. Like, I don't believe in color. I don't believe in any of that stuff. I don't believe in whatever. But for some reason, there's some type of weird thing. So all he wanted to do for his protection, which I totally blame, he's a big black dude. He's like 6'8", 6'9", and of course, he's afraid this guy's probably going to do something bad to him. I would do the same thing. I would be like, get your supervisor, especially if I'm a big, huge star like that. I'll get your supervisor. I'll do whatever. And he was doing whatever the cop was asking. He's just like, please get your supervisor. I'll do whatever you say. Just first get your supervisor. I just want your supervisor. And then, Ace.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, then, and I'm reading this. This happened in February, just so everybody can put this into context as far as why it was snowing out when everybody's like, it's July. Why are we?
Oh no, it was snowing some places.
Yeah, but it was snowing February. Yeah. So he eventually, like, the cop's trying to get him out of the car. He's done. He's basically like, I'm going inside. He goes inside the convenience store. Again, still being like, just call your supervisor. He's going.
Okay, stop right there, because he went inside because he goes, Are you going to contain me or not? And the cop didn't say anything. So then he's like, okay, well, if you're not containing me or anything, I'm going to go in the store.
Yep. So he goes in the store. Cop follows him. As he's like walking down the aisle, the cop now is trying to like arrest him and like physically restrain him. And he's kind of yeah. And he's kind of trying to be like, whatever, like, get off.
No, he's saying, can I please speak to your supervisor?
Right. He goes back to the front of the store. He sits down on the ground at the front door and
the cop tries to drag him down.
Oh yeah.
And then he looks at the clerk and goes, like, shakes his head at the clerk, going like, what's this cop doing? I'm not doing anything wrong. The cop fully drags him to the ground. So then finally he sits down and he's like, okay, now get your supervisor.
Right. Now, it's funny because there's a twist at the end of this story that you don't even know about.
Ooh, I like twist.
Because there's more that came out after reading further upon this. But yeah, so he's eventually now sitting down. Cop is still trying to arrest him. He won't do it, but he's not doing anything as well. He's sitting down. He wasn't on his knees like the cop wanted, right?
Yeah, he's not. He's sitting there, his hands are beside himself. He's on his knees, and all he's asking is like, can you please get your supervisor?
Right. So the cop eventually just keeps screaming that he's going to tase him if he doesn't get on his knees and put his hand behind his back. And so eventually that's what happens. He shoots dude with a taser, which dude does not get phased at all.
Big mistake.
At all. And I was chalking it up to dude's a big ass dude, NFL player. Yeah, he probably is like, whatever, I've been hit harder. But with some of once we find out what he was getting charged with after this whole thing, there might be another reason why he wasn't feeling it. But yeah, it didn't phase him at all. He literally pulled it out, got up, took the taser from the cop, he wasn't like trying to beat the cop up. He was trying to get him to stop tasering him. You know what I mean?
Gave the taser back to the cop. Mm-hmm. What person gives the taser back to the cop?
Right. So, and then at this time, like, that's when backup shows up and like 6 cops come, and it takes all of them to get him in cuffs and walk him out and put him in the car. So it was pretty crazy. You should watch it, especially because, again, when he gets tased, like, either they got some really shitty tasers, or again, it didn't phase dude. But again, so now here's the thing: here's what's happened since then. McDowell's being charged with drunken driving, assaulting a police officer, and driving with a suspended license. Now, if we go down here, I'm going to read you some of this past stuff. Again, also, he's going to get hit up because of the damage inside the store. But let's see. The former MSU defensive lineman is currently facing multiple felony charges, including driving while intoxicated and stealing a stolen truck after 2 separate incidents this year. In April,
What?
yeah, in an April incident.
Vehicle?
In an April incident, McDowell is charged with receiving and concealing a stolen car after allegedly being found in possession of a stolen Ford F-150. He was released from the Seahawks. Yeah, he was released from the Seahawks last year after he suffered a serious injury in an ATV accident and missed his rookie NFL season. He was also arrested for disorderly conduct in 2017 at an Atlanta nightclub while on the Seahawks injury list. So he handled that situation pretty well, I think, considering like he didn't, you see people who attack cops and shit and go nuts.
I knew he was drunk. I could tell by the way he was talking.
Mm-hmm. But it turns out like this guy has had multiple run-ins and may not be the most up and up guy. But I mean, even drunk, like I used to work at a bar. You've bounced, you've been in clubs and bars. Like I've seen people get tased. And I've never seen anyone, even drunk people. I've never seen someone just.
Ooh, I got a story for you.
Okay, let me hear it.
I can't mention the guy's name because, again, I'm not no snitch, and you guys probably hate me. But this is back in FCW.
Okay.
And we're all out. It's all of us, all the boys, and I'm with all the big boys, all the big guys, because I always used to hang out with kind of like I ran with like the Usos and kind of like the bigger crew, like that. I don't know. I kind of ran with a different type of people, but we were all out. And one night there was an incident down on Howard Street where the cop decided to tase one of the FCW guys and make a mistake. Tased him one time. Boom. Buddy grabs him, rips him out. Another cop tases him. Boom. Grabs him, rips him out. Another guy tases him. This is 3 tasers now. Rips him out. Now 4 cops circle around. Both tase him at the same time. Finally bring him down. They arrest him and he gets arrested. But I have seen this dude's like 6'7", 6'8", and he has some bad news to always bring. But he is a tough son of a gun. Hopefully I don't give too many secrets away on that one.
I don't doubt it. That doesn't surprise me. I can imagine that person probably being able to take it. But again, like I said,
in my own eyes, I was like, holy moly. He took 3 taser shots, pulled them all out. And I was like, and he was ready to murder people.
Right.
He might not be a guy you want to fight.
Right. As a wrestler, though, do you find that your pain threshold is just way higher?
Certain people's are, certain people's are not. It all depends.
Yeah.
It all depends, man. And the older you get, the worse it gets.
Right.
Like, I used to be able to sit and get tattooed for like 8 to 7 hours. Now when I get tattooed, I'm crying at like 1 hour. I'm like, stop, no more.
I know. My last one was 6 hours. Yeah, it was 6 hours, and I almost had to quit. I couldn't handle it. I finished though. But yeah, so anyways, this McDowell guy, Malik McDowell, is gonna have some really good times at court, it sounds like, coming up, since he's got multiple charges for multiple different arrests.
Yeah, they'll probably all get it dropped, and he'll do some community service, do some good for the good stuff for the community, and it'll all get dropped. That's
right. Right.
Pay some fines, and it's all good.
But if you haven't seen it, though, watch it, because the video is just craziness. You gotta watch it. We'll post it. We'll share it on like Facebook and Twitter.
Yeah,
it's pretty crazy. So you got to check it out. But yeah, man,
caught my attention,
dude. I hope I never get tased. I've never had to do it. I don't like. I used to work at a radio show where they were gonna do it to me for fun to like raise money, because I was like the sidekick that always had to do the stupid stuff. So there was like a plan of they were going to come in and tase me in the studio and all this shit.
I plead the 5th.
Huh?
I plead the 5th.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. Well, Hey man, I feel like we should end episode 17 on tasing. If you
plead the fifth. I plead the fifth. Look, dude, I've been killing it. Oh my
God, man, bro's getting. I mean, bro,
getting ready for the show, man. Getting ready.
I mean, bro is jacked, but Jesus Christ, man, you're killing it.
Diet's been killing me. I'll tell you that right now. But guys, I'm going to tell you something even crazier. So I got booked to do a show at a swingers festival. Yes, I said it, a swingers festival. So guess what? You guys better be ready for the next podcast because I'm going to have some stories to tell because I don't know why I accepted this booking, but it's at a swingers fest. What am I doing? I'm not
I don't know what you're doing, but I'm guessing the main event's going to be just like group orgy in the ring at the end of the night.
I thank God I'm not main event.
You might end up being in the main event.
Stories to tell you. I'm going to tell you right now.
I can't wait to hear this.
Wish me luck.
It's going to be amazing. I cannot wait to hear this. If you are going to this swinger fest and you're listening to us, please help Wes out. Let him know. Give him some tips. Give him some stuff that he should know before arriving. Because that's a whole new world you're walking into, my friend. But it'll probably be good. I'm sure they all are very, very nice, loving people.
I'm sure they're nice, loving people. They're more than nice, loving people.
But hey, wait, like, does it count when you're alone? Or do you have to have like a couple, like swinging couples? It's usually couples.
I don't know the rules. I don't know the regulations, and I'm not trying to find out the rules. I'm trying to get paid, and I'm trying to get out of it.
I think you're gonna.
No, I'm not. Nope.
If they have like a big board when you get there that just has the rules of the swinger weekend, please take a picture of that. I've got to see it. It would be hilarious. It's going to be hilarious. So yes, we will check in with that.
And I'm sure now, since I just told the whole world, you guys are just going to feel free to send in questions, comments, likes, and all this other stuff to find out what you would like for me to figure out, find out, see, or what you would like to see me do or not do at this stage. Oh my God, what am I even saying right now? Can we please end the show, Ace?
Yes, we'll end the show right after this swingers weekend. Though you're going to be up here, and you're going to be in the Midwest for a little bit because you'll be with the IPW doing some stuff, and that is directly leading into our big weekend, of course, the Hall of Fame at the National Wrestling Museum in Waterloo, Iowa. Again, you see it on the screen, July 25th. Briscoe and Big Ace show live in front of a live studio audience in a wrestling ring that I'll probably fall trying to get in and out of, but it's going to be an amazing thing. So yeah, that's going down Waterloo, Iowa. If you're going to be there Saturday at noon, be at the museum, get your seat, get there a little early.
Please, Troy's already talked about this, guys. You guys got to pre-order your seats because there's only a limited amount of space that's going to be available. So please either contact Big Ace or Troy and say, hey, because we're only going to be able to fit a certain amount of people in this, and it's already people are already interested, and people are already starting to fill it up. I mean, we already got 15 people already starting to fill up. I mean, this is a small room. So guys, make sure you talk to either Troy or Big Ace, and let's get this thing loaded because we want everybody to be able to join in and answer questions and just be part of the show. We're gonna let everyone be part of the show. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a blast. It's gonna be a good time.
Yeah, we were very excited to bring you guys what our vision of a live Briscoe and Big Ace show is. So it's gonna be exciting. It's our first one. We're really, really pumped to do this. So again, July 25th at Waterloo, Iowa, at the National Wrestling Hall of Fame and Dan Gable Museum. It is the George Tragus Luthez Hall of Fame induction weekend. Again, hopefully, fingers crossed, the Beth Phoenix thing works out. We'll have some local people such as our friend James Jeffries, maybe some other surprise guests stopping by. And then again, the night before, you get to watch Wes wrestle not once, but twice. Yes, and also he's going to just kick ass. And if not, I'm coming in with a chair. We're going to go Cody Rhodes style on everybody.
That's why I love this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe button, and please leave a comment, ask questions, hit us on every different social media. Of course, we're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, we're on that. But the most important thing, please hit the subscribe, notifications, leave a question, comment, just say, hey, we're cool or we suck. We don't care. Just leave something, give us something.
Definitely check it out, and we will see you guys next week with the Swinger episode. Yeah.